Hello everyone, welcome back to the Killer Countdown. I'm your host, Sean Bass, and first of all, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads for the past 3 months. And secondly, today we're going to be taking a look at Friday the 13th Part 2, which was released in 1981 and directed by Steve Miner. Part 2 has a total of 9 kills, but before I get to my official rankings, let me go over the omissions that I will not be including. First omission is Terry, who had a lame freeze-frame off-screen death and a weak body reveal. Next omission goes to Scott. While being upside down was a welcome addition, there were 3 slit throats in the first movie, so I'm pretty much over it at this point. So with 2 victims being left off of my final list, here are the top 7 kills in Friday the 13th Part 2. Coming in at number 7, we have Ralph, who was strangled with barbed wire. The main reason why he made my list at number 7 was 1, style points with the barbed wire, and 2, he was also my second favorite character from the first movie, so I had to include Ralph. In that place, 6 and 5 goes to Jeff and Sandra, who were both impaled and turned into a 2-human skewer. This kill was absolutely awesome, but the one thing that kinda ruined it all for me was the awkward sex scene beforehand, but that's only because the chick who played Sandra was 17 years old at the time, so they couldn't exactly go full throttle. At number 4 is Vicky, who was stabbed in the chest. The kill was lackluster, but what led up to it is what gives it extra points. The reveal of Jason was completely unexpected, and the slow pace he walked with the knife in his hands was so menacing. But at the end of the day, she could have just tried to run, but she just stood there, so it's good, but it's also kind of awkward good. And now we have come to my top 3 favorite kills. Coming in at number 3 goes to the cop who was hit with a hammer claw after wandering into Jason's shack. Reason why I put this at number 3 is because, for starters, the hammer claw was just amazing and brutal, and 2, the cop was a dick, so he definitely deserved this kind of kill. At number 2, we have Alice, who was the final girl in the first movie, and she was stabbed with the ice pick in the head. I love this kill so much because it developed so much tension, and the severed head in the fridge was awesome, and the ice pick was as good as it gets. And that's the reason why it comes in at number 2. The victim that claims top spot in this movie for me has to go to Mark, who took a machete to the face. The reason why I rank Mark ahead of Alice is because I was more invested in Mark's character. In the first film, Alice didn't have any real character development, so I couldn't care less about the person she was. Mark, however, was cool as shit, and I was excited for him to get with Vicky. Despite him being in a wheelchair, I never felt bad because of his mindset of his condition.
Motorcycle accident. Paralyzed my legs.
Is it permanent?
Doctor thinks so. I don't. I don't intend to be in this thing the rest of my life.
So when you mix my investment with Mark's character and the machete to the fucking face, I have no choice but to put this at number 1. And there we have it, my kills ranked for Friday the 13th Part 2. In the comments section below, tell me exactly how you would rank all these kills. Please sure to leave a like and subscribe to join the Killer Countdown clan. Just don't go burning any crosses now.